it literally flew off my head and landed on his tray. Hello my beautiful homo sapiens, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna be doing, well, I mean, you can already tell what I'm gonna be doing by the title of this video. I've had a sort of an influx of people come to my channel recently, and I was like, you know what? None of these people really truly know me. And then I was thinking, like, how can we get around that? I mean, sure, I could do like a 50 facts about me, like, but I don't think you guys really, but I don't think anyone really cares about like my favorite color or like my favorite drink. Enter to both yellow and then water. I've been trying to drink more water recently, so I lied. My favorite drink is actually an Arnold Palmer, but I wanted to introduce you guys to my water bottle, so say hi. I have this. I literally took it to school today and I got roasted so bad by everyone. I've been called everything from a soccer mom to a fish tank because of the sound it makes when you drink from it. So honestly, do your worst in the comments because my skin is an inch thick. But I decided the best way to really grab your attention and reel you in and get you to know about me as a person is to tell my top embarrassing stories. I have literally so many. It's terrible, but it's fine. We're gonna get to this together, okay? It's me and you, and then also my big human-sized jug of water. If you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Chia. I make videos here on the internet, obviously, and it'll totally make my day if you subscribed. And I've gotten all that out of the way. Let's get on to like the real tea, the real goss. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Like, at no point in the video do I clarify. Also, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Like, I don't ever clarify any of that. Okay, so this first story happened to me when I was in 8th grade, and honestly, like, it's one that wasn't like that terrible, but I feel like we should really just like dip our toe in before we dive in, you know? Because I woke up late that morning, so I didn't even like go to the bathroom and like brush my teeth. I just like literally like threw clothes on and I was out the door to catch the bus. And I had just happened to get my period that morning, which I would have known had I had time to like go to the bathroom and be like, oh my gosh, there she is. So I went to school with my purple jeggings on. Remember those? I remember I was walking to first period, which was gym for me. And I was walking and this girl literally screams down the hallway, Chia, you've got a stain on your butt. And I turn, and so does everyone else. And I look, like I just like look back, and it's, well, I mean, I think you figured out what it is. So that was amazing. I was in a terrible mood already. So like her doing that didn't help. So then luckily though, I had gym the first period. So I changed into my gym clothes and then I just washed the stain out with like soap in the sink. And then I dried it to the best of my ability in the hand dryers, and then I just laid it out. So when I got back, it was clean. There was nothing there. It was dry. Thank goodness, because if I had to walk around with a red stain on my butt the entire day, I would have actually killed myself. Next story actually happened to me really recently. This happened last year. Oh my gosh. So I liked this guy, and I still like low-key kind of like him a little bit, but like not as bad, like not even that much. But I started liking him in sophomore year, and I remember like when I started liking him because I was sitting at this school function and I realized, like, because these girls in front of me were talking about him, and then I realized, like, shoot, dang it, I realized I was in love. Well, not really, because I was like 15, so. And I liked him the rest of sophomore year, and then during summer I like forgot that I liked him, and I just like honestly like forgot about him because I wasn't seeing him anymore. But then I remembered that I liked him all of a sudden when I saw him at this over the summer like sports practice, because I played field hockey and he ran track. So practices that we had on our different teams just happened to like happen at the same time. And I saw him and I was like, wow, what a specimen. Like, I ended up having AP bio with him. Oh my gosh, he's gonna know exactly who he is if he watches this video. But during like junior year, we just like didn't talk at all. But I said to myself, I was like, okay, Chia, if you still like him by winter break, you're gonna tell him. I totally forgot I even said that. I was like peeing one day, because you know the toilet is where you do all your great thinking, and I remembered that I said that, and I was like, oh. And it was a week before winter break like started, so I was like, am I gonna do that? And then I decided, you know what, Chia, you are a strong woman, you can do this. Oh my gosh, reliving this is like actually painful. We were leaving AP bio, which was our first period, and he was walking out, and I was walking, and my friend comes up to me and starts talking, and I was talking with her but like not really paying attention because I was keeping my eye on the guy. I turned to my friend and I said, hey, you're really great, but like I gotta go tell a guy I like him. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely coming to watch. I think she like ended up getting bored because I got so nervous that it took me forever. So I went up to him and I like tapped him on the shoulder and I was like, hey, I have to tell you something. And he was like, okay, yeah, what? And I started stuttering so bad. And honestly, like, I stutter sometimes, but like this was terrible. I was like and like I was like this close to blacking out, and he was like, what is it, just spit it out. And I was like I think you're like kind of cute and I kind of like you. And oh my gosh, so I like confessed my feelings to this guy. He like did this like smile that was kind of like lopsided a little bit. I remember thinking in that moment like, wow, you literally are so beautiful, like have all of my children, please. He said thanks in response, and then I literally said happy holidays and ran. Oh my god, I gave him a double thumbs up and said happy holidays. But it doesn't end there, because after that happened, I went to class, and then I was sitting in class like so out of it because of what had just happened. And then I asked to go to the bathroom, and then I got into a stall and then just crouched in the corner and put my head in my hands like, what did I just do? And then I was telling my friend what had happened, and I described the face that he made to her, and she was like, oh girl, not a good face. That was like a what do I do, like awkward scenario type face. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, he was just smiling. But honestly, like as I think back to it, that is literally the look he had in his face, like a oh my gosh, like who is she, why is she doing this? Because we like honestly like never talked. So I just like the first time we like actually had like a genuine conversation was me coming up to him and saying that I'm in love with you, please marry me, I will propose and I will pay for the wedding, just do it. The next story I have for you actually also happened really recently. This was last year as well. So junior year was just a great year for me all around. I was going on this field trip that was at like a university that's near my area, and my math teacher was the chaperone for that field trip, and it was like a leadership, like team building, whatever experience. So there was this one obstacle that was just a wall with no like grips or like ropes or anything. You had to climb it only using like teamwork. So there were two people who were at the top, and then the people at the bottom had to help people up the wall. We had to get everyone up the wall, and the last person that goes wouldn't have anyone to help them. So we were all saying like, okay, we should have the highest jumper be the last person, because they can just jump up and grab the hands of the people at the top. And I was the highest jumper, so I was like, okay, I'll be last. So everyone went up the wall, and then it was my turn to go, and I was last. Gosh, I'm just like reliving this in my head. And I was last. So my math teacher and this other guy were at the top, and I jumped up and I grabbed both their hands, but like I slipped out of the grasp of like the guy, and I was just holding up my math teacher by one hand, and then I like let go, but then he like had to take a moment, and he was like, oh ow, that like kind of hurt. And I was like, oh like my gosh, like I'm sorry. And he was like, I'm good, let's do it again. So I tried again, but this time he was like, oh my gosh, like actually genuinely hurt. And he like let go, and like we were like, oh my gosh, like are you okay? Because he's like not like old, he's like getting there though, he's like late middle age, if that makes sense. So we were like worried, and he was like, no, I'm good, like I'm fine, I'm fine. And we were like, okay. And then so the festivities continue, and like the trip ends, and then we go back to the school because it didn't end after school, so like there was still like time in the school day left, and I just happened to have his class, so I went back to class with him, and he was like still complaining about like his side hurting, and I was like, oh, like that, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We went home, and then I went back to the next class, and the way that we do it at my school is that you have half your classes on one day and then the other half the next day, so you have the same class every other day, if that makes sense. It's a block schedule. So I didn't see him for 2 days. I saw him and I was like, oh hey, like how's your side? And he was like, it's still hurting, but I made an appointment, so I'm going to the doctor, and we're gonna like, he's just gonna check me out. So I was like, oh, okay, like hopefully everything goes well. And then 2 days go by again, and I'm in his class, and I asked him, I was like, oh hey, like how was your appointment, like what happened, like what's wrong with your side? And then he just kind of gets quiet, and the thing is like it's quiet in the class, and it was kind of a conversation that we were having, so the whole class could hear us. So then he was like, so like how's your side, what happened? And he was like, well, my rib is broken. So if you don't understand what just happened, essentially I broke my math teacher's rib with the force of my weight. And then he proclaimed it for the entire class to hear. So honestly though, like it's fine. He like teased me about it a little bit, but it wasn't like terrible, and I use it as like a conversation starter, so like yeah. The next story I'm gonna tell is literally the worst thing that has ever happened to me. It is so bad. So bad. When I was in 2nd grade, we're taking it way back, we had recess, if you can remember that. I know it's been a while. My friends and I, we were playing Hannah Montana at recess, like we were role playing that. I was assigned Ashley, I think that's her name, like the mean girl, and she has like this, she always had this like long ponytail, so I was like, okay, like I can hook that up, you know, like I got the hookup for that. So then after that, I went home and I like got my mom's like clip-on ponytail thingy, and I never even told her that I took it. Like, I just took it. And so then I like put up my backpack for school the next day. I put it on before lunch had started, just to kind of like get the feel for it, because we went from lunch straight to recess. So I put it on, and there was this one kid in our class who always got in trouble, and if you got in trouble during lunch, you have to go sit at like the naughty kids table. So he was like sent to that table, and then me and all my friends were taking turns like walking up to him like, haha, you're such a loser, you're so lame, like look at you sitting at this like loser table. Like, me and my friends were great people, as you can tell. So we were walking like so my friends were like walking up and like saying their line and like turning back and like sashaying, because like, you know, like you have to make it a big deal, like, or like did it really happen? So then it was my turn, and I already knew what I was gonna say. Like, I had it planned, I had it lined up. So like it was my turn, I get up all confident and such, because I got my long ponytail, I feel like Beyonce and everything, you know. So then I walk up to him and I'm like facing him, and I say whatever it is that I have to say, and honestly, like, I can't even remember what it was. But then what I do remember is like making sure my exit was phenomenal, because again, if it's not, then did it even happen? So I turn, and like it's this like extra as hell turn, and it's kind of like a neck roll type thing. So I turn and I'm walking, and literally, I kid you not, I hear his voice behind me, and he goes, I think he forgot something, and he is literally holding the ponytail extension thing on his fork. Oh my gosh, it literally flew off my head and landed on his tray. Oh no. Oh no, guys, like saying this is like opening Pandora's box. Like, just talking about it is really giving me like the jitters. Okay, and we're back. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I was sharing my misery, so you should have enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. What are you doing? Obviously, I need it. My life is a mess. Also, give this video a like and follow me on all my socials. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel. I love all of you so much. It means like the world to me. Like, I'm actually crying, guys. I'll be back next week, and I'll have another video ready for you guys. So like, I'll see you then. Bye.